things like free and reduced lunch or discerning digital divide on a pupil by pupil basis, and thus technology access, or discerning varying levels of student by student area median income, or other things, are those still appropriate standards for determining what needs to happen to pursue educational equity? And if not, then what standards can we use?
And it's a really deep question. I don't know. I mean, I think the standard that we should always use is our family and our students' voice, telling us what they need. I think it's kind of hard to just say, hey, you had a free reduced lunch. This is what we should be doing. I mean, I think we just need to do a better job of allowing our families and our students setting that standard for us. And I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Individualizing it,
Yes.
knowing that there won't be a guaranteed nexus of all of those things necessarily, that your area median income doesn't necessarily dictate where you are in terms of technology access,
Mhm.
and free and reduced lunch can be a unique support for varying reasons. So, no, what you said makes total sense, because that it isn't a guaranteed all inclusive nexus.
Yes. And even on the high school level, like we struggled to get the families to fill out the free reduced lunch.
Okay.
And like, these days, the kids love Bojangles, love Doritos. They don't necessarily always go in the cafeteria to eat, or they may bring certain snacks that might not be the healthiest for them. I walk around fussing at them. I don't even know if it's fussing at them. I'm probably just picking on them to a certain degree. Like, really, you gonna have all that sugar for lunch? But I mean, I just think that type of data is hard to kind of say because all the kids don't fill out the forms or the families don't fill out the forms like they should.
Well, do you think maybe part of it might have to do with some of the wrappers and containers at Bojangles have a unique orange tint to them? So that fits right in for Orange High School. So they feel right at home.
Could be. I mean, I think we also be buying stock in Bojangles, watching these kids eat it. Bojangles and Chick-fil-A.
Absolutely. So, along those same lines, I want to ask a question about the master calendar that local education agencies or school systems use. Now, what LEAs use for the most part, as we know, particularly for traditional calendars, still is rooted in what effectively is a 19th century model. Given how we've seen teaching and learning evolve in the 20th and the 21st century, having been through a pandemic and still encountering the realities of learning loss, and many of those students who were elementary school age now are in our high school buildings. Is it time to take a more comprehensive look at the master calendar in terms of how closely aligned it still is to a 19th century model when we're trying to teach 21st century students?
Well, and I'm gonna answer the question this way: like, our students are asking for more flexibility, and what I mean by that is our students are asking for the flexibility to go to the community college, um, and get their associate's degree or different certificates. Our students are asking for more flexibility to leave or come to school a little bit later so they can work and get an education. So back to your point, the current calendar doesn't necessarily meet what their desires are. And I see that every day in this building because I talk to the kids, I hear what their desire is, and it would be great if the calendar could be pushed back a little bit so we can align with the community college calendar, also allow students to take their final exams before winter break, and then allow them to get out of school the end of May. And that would definitely help students with that level of flexibility that they're crying for. And really all of us as human beings are probably looking for a little bit more flexibility just in general, right? Like there's certain jobs out there where People want that flexibility to work in the office and work at home. I mean, that's just what society's driving in, and we see it in our students. I think if we could move the calendar back a little bit, and I get it. There's a lot of politics to play with it, and I'm respectful of that. But I think our students will be a little bit more successful, at least, especially on the high school level.